In the world of modern spirituality, few figures are as bizarre, audacious, and controversial as Nithyananda Paramashivam, a self-styled guru, international fugitive, and the architect of a nation that exists only online. Once a charismatic spiritual leader in India, Nithyananda's journey took a dramatic turn after he fled the country, facing serious criminal allegations. Yet, instead of fading into obscurity, he re-emerged on the global stage with an even more outlandish vision. He calls it the United States of Kailasa, a country with its own flag, a passport and a cabinet, but no land, just a digital empire built on faith, propaganda, and the unwavering devotion of his followers. This so-called nation claims to offer spiritual citizenship to anyone, regardless of borders, and boasts a government that exists entirely in cyberspace. Nithyananda's story is one of charisma weaponized, where the internet becomes both sanctuary and stage for a cult of personality so powerful it conjures a nation out of thin air. Through live streams, social media, and viral content, he has managed to keep his followers engaged and his myth alive, blurring the lines between reality and illusion. As we unravel the saga of Kailasa, we confront unsettling questions about belief, deception, and the ease with which technology can turn fantasy into global spectacle. In a world where digital borders are as real as any physical ones, the story of Nithyananda and his virtual kingdom forces us to ask, how far can faith and technology take a single man's vision? Nithyananda's rise from a small-town boy in Tamil Nadu to a global spiritual icon was a masterclass in self-promotion. He blended Hindu philosophy with self-help and spectacle, promising not just enlightenment, but supernatural powers, drawing in millions, including the wealthy and educated. His ashrams and YouTube channel flourished, amassing a fortune and a fiercely loyal following. Inside his organization, questioning him was forbidden. Doubt was a spiritual failing. Outlandish claims, like making animals speak Sanskrit, only deepened his followers' faith, creating an echo chamber of absolute loyalty. This foundation of devotion would prove crucial when his empire began to unravel. The facade cracked in 2010 when a scandalous video surfaced, followed by grave allegations of rape, abuse, and kidnapping from former devotees. Arrested and jailed, Nithyananda faced mounting legal troubles as more victims came forward, describing psychological manipulation and brutal practices within his ashrams. As investigations intensified, he repeatedly defied court orders, and in 2019, vanished, fleeing India just ahead of a police raid. Now a fugitive, he rebranded himself as a persecuted religious leader, claiming martyrdom for Hinduism. Indian authorities sought Interpol's help, but bureaucratic hurdles kept him out of reach. From hiding, he began plotting his boldest move yet, creating a nation of his own. Thus began the myth of Kailasa. In late 2019, the controversial self-styled godman Nithyananda made global headlines by declaring the birth of the United States of Kailasa, a so-called sovereign Hindu nation. He unveiled its own flag, national anthem, and even a constitution, all the trappings of a real country. Except for one crucial thing: no recognized territory. Rumors swirled about a mysterious island in South America supposedly purchased for Kailasa, but no government ever confirmed any such land deal. In reality, Kailasa existed almost entirely online with no physical borders. Anyone from anywhere in the world could become a citizen, simply by signing up on its website, no background checks or residency required. And millions supposedly did, at least according to Kailasa's own unverifiable statistics, which are impossible to independently confirm. Kailasa even issues its own passports complete with official-looking designs and stamps, which, while legally worthless, are cherished by devoted followers as proof of their belonging to this imagined nation. By framing his mounting criminal charges as religious persecution, Nithyananda paints himself as a victim, and uses this narrative to solicit donations for nation-building projects, money that ultimately funds his lavish lifestyle and ongoing legal battles across the world. Despite zero recognition from any country or international body, and no seat at the United Nations, the illusion of Kailasa as a real nation endures, kept alive in the digital world, fueled by relentless online propaganda and the unwavering faith of its followers. Despite being a nation in name only, Kailasa has managed to infiltrate global institutions and dupe officials. In 2023, its delegates spoke at United Nations meetings, exploiting procedural loopholes to spread propaganda before being dismissed as irrelevant. In the US, cities like Newark, New Jersey, and others unwittingly signed agreements with Kailasa, later scrambling to rescind them after media exposure. Kailasa's operatives even tried to secure land in Bolivia, signing fraudulent contracts before being deported. These stunts reveal how easily officialdom can be manipulated by a well-branded fiction. Each photo op and handshake is broadcast to followers as proof of legitimacy, keeping the myth alive. The world's institutions, it seems, are not immune to digital deception. Nithyananda's empire thrives on technology, daily live streams, slick social media, and a relentless online presence that keeps his followers constantly engaged. Every event, ritual, and proclamation is broadcast to a global audience, blurring the line between spiritual experience and digital spectacle. This digital ecosystem doesn't just connect, it isolates, creating echo chambers that indoctrinate followers and shield them from outside perspectives. The constant barrage of curated content makes it easy to lose touch with reality. His financial network is equally modern, leveraging cutting-edge tools to move money across borders with ease and sophistication. Millions are funneled through a maze of shell trusts and shadowy financial structures, making the flow of funds nearly impossible to trace. Increasingly, cryptocurrency and NFTs are used, digital assets that offer anonymity and global reach, further complicating any attempts at oversight. These tools help evade scrutiny, raise untraceable funds, and empower the organization to operate beyond the grasp of traditional authorities. Kailasa's pseudoscientific claims are promoted at international forums where representatives present themselves as pioneers of a new spiritual technical order. They even tout Nithyananda AI for mental health guidance, promising digital enlightenment and healing through artificial intelligence. By co-opting the language and imagery of science and technology, the movement gains credibility and appeals to those searching for answers in a rapidly changing world. He attracts a new generation, digital natives seeking spiritual fulfillment in the age of screens and social media, where ancient rituals meet modern convenience. This fusion of mysticism and technology makes his cult harder to regulate, as authorities struggle to keep pace with the ever-evolving digital landscape. His influence, amplified by technology, becomes harder to break, ensnaring followers in a web of digital devotion. Followers, immersed in a constant stream of curated content, find themselves drawn deeper into the illusion, rarely questioning what they see. The digital world becomes their reality, making it nearly impossible to see outside the carefully constructed narrative. The digital divine is not just a concept, it's a living, breathing machine, designed for power, influence, and evasion. In this new era, technology is both the altar and the weapon, reshaping faith and control in ways never seen before. As of June 2025, Nithyananda remains at large, ruling his virtual kingdom from the shadows. Despite international warnings, his organization continues to seek legitimacy and expand its reach. His evasion exposes the limits of global law enforcement and the vulnerabilities of our institutions in the digital era. Kailasa's success in duping officials and gaining platforms reveals how easily truth can be manipulated online. The story is a warning. In a world where borders are porous and charisma is amplified by technology, fantasy can masquerade as reality. Until Nithyananda is brought to justice, Kailasa stands as a testament to the power and danger of a well-told lie.